What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of In the Wild. I'm Raysean, and we have a very fun and sporty episode for you. We are back at Christenberry Fieldhouse, and today we're going to talk to some folks and friends from our volleyball team. So first up, we have assistant coach Deja Moorer, and for the first time, we have head coach Sharon Quarles to talk to us about all the things we can be excited for because the volleyball season is about to start back, y'all. And we're going to talk to some of our volleyball players. They're going to teach me how to play volleyball a little bit, and I think it's going to be a real fun one. And in case you didn't already know, there's so much construction going on inside and outside of Christenberry Fieldhouse, so we're actually going to go in our dance studio downstairs to make this one work because there's so much going on the court. And if you haven't already, I hope you come out here this season to check out all the cool changes because there's even changes going on outside in our baseball field. So I hope you're ready, Jack Nation, because here we go. Welcome, coaches, to In the Wild. Coach Deja, last time we had you on the show, we're audio only, but now we're here at Christenberry to have the world see you guys. And Coach Quarles, you're here for the first time, so thanks for being here. I guess getting started with you, Coach Quarles, what initially drew you to, just coaching volleyball? How did you get started with becoming a coach?
Ooh, that's many, many moons ago. But thanks for having us, first of all. Taking me back in time here a little bit. Well, when I was a player at Winthrop, I played 2 seasons there, and I transferred to the University of Florida. And then Mary Wise came in. That was her gig there. And so my days of playing were over at that point because she brought in some international players. But then she saw a little bit of spark in my eye kind of thing. So took me on as a student, student assistant kind of thing. And so from there, it just kind of took off from there. So once I graduated from Florida, I went out to Colorado, and then to Maine, then New Hampshire, then Pennsylvania.
Oh, wow.
And then found myself into Augusta, Georgia. So over 30 years of coaching of Division II.
And how many seasons have you been here at Augusta?
15 years.
Okay. Mm-hmm. What has kept you here for so many years?
The location, the potential within the university and the athletic program. So over the course of 15 years to see the trajectory of the success that we've been having and just the support system that we have here is just by far unmatched, which is awesome.
And Coach Deja, for you, I guess a similar question, what initially drew you to coaching as well?
Similar to Coach Quarles, played volleyball in college, and after I graduated, it was just kind of like, oh man, I don't know, what do I want to do? So I started coaching travel volleyball, started coaching high school volleyball, and I was kind of like, okay, if I'm going to do this, I really want to be with a committed group of people. And so that brought me to coaching in college because, we go out and recruit those kids who really want to play the game, and that just has really brought out my love for coaching and everything. When you have a good group of girls behind you who really want to be there, they're not just there because it looks good on the transcript or anything like that. So that's really playing volleyball as a youngster and then coming back and be able to give back to the sport and see kids grow from day one to day when they graduate has really been exciting.
So last time you were on the show, I believe I asked you if the players had to describe you as a coach in one word, what would it be? And so now I'm going to ask you, Coach, the same question. If the players had to describe your coaching style in one word, what do you think they would say?
Intense.
That was quick.
Yeah, which I am. I know that, but you got to be competitive, you got to be intense, you got to get the job done. So, yeah.
I feel like that's been working out because our team is very successful. This past season, we made it to the Sweet 16. We made it to the Elite 8 before that. So I guess I'm curious from you guys, what do you think it takes to keep us, or what had it to keep us performing so well?
Well, it's very hard to get to the top, but it's even more so to stay at the top because you cannot take a night off because everyone and their brother or sister is coming at you every night of play. So you have to be on your A game from start to finish. And so there's no easy nights of competition. So you have to battle, you have to come and expect that people are gonna throw everything they have at you. And then by the time the season's over and you get the postseason play, then you will be battle tested, which has proven to to be the point for us for the last couple of years that, you know, you go through the hard season and then you get to the postseason, it's just like, okay, now you can adjust and quickly adjust on the fly and not have points just drop off the table as fast. So yeah, so that's what has worked for us. It's just to stay hungry and just know who we are, and then just go through the process of the season to get to the postseason, and then let the rest of the situation play out.
Do you have anything to add to that, Deja?
I'd just say too, the type of players that we recruit and bring into the program, we get a lot of questions like you just asked, how are we successful? And a lot of that contributes to the type of players that we bring in. We don't bring in kids who we're having to beg to get in the weight room, beg to want to have extra reps in the gym. We bring in kids that they want to be successful. So it's not some type of secret sauce that Coach and I have. It's the commitment level that the players have when they come in. They want to work hard, so it makes it a little easier on us as well. So.
And volleyball is very much so a team sport. How do you, I guess, foster that sense of camaraderie within the team?
Well, with our recruiting efforts, like Deja was just speaking about, we get a lot of transfers. And so this year we have 3 D1 transfers, 2 D2 transfers, and a freshman. And so even with the makeup of our team, who we are this year is very different and diverse. So what we have done is, for the past couple seasons, invested a lot of the time for preseason to do team bonding activities, to create a culture of like, you know what, we have the skill set individually, but collectively we've got to develop the trust and belief system in each other. And so we put ourselves in situations where, you know, just recently we went out on a canoeing trip, you know, on the Savannah River recently. And so it gives us an opportunity to step away from the gym, away from the net, and just start, you know, connecting one-on-one and then connecting collectively as a team. So that has, you know, has helped us too, as much as getting on the court.
Canoeing sounds like a lot of fun. I have to add that to my Augusta to-do list. I guess going back to competitions, like I feel like we are just running the peach belt right now. So what is it like, or what is, I guess, your strategy just for upcoming season? You kind of touched on it a little bit earlier for still just running the peach belt conference.
Gotcha. Well, the conference is not exactly where we would like with the number of volleyball teams that we have within the conference. But so we look at the body of work. So if we can put together a body of work to create a season that's going to take us outside not just our conference, but to regional competition and to the non-regional competition. So like we open up our season down in Florida Southern this year, and then it is a 29 match schedule, which is going to be intense, which is going to be good for us. So it prepares us for, during our conference play, but also prepares us for what we're going to see within the region. Because our scope, our sights are set on regionals, of like position ourselves in the top 3. And historically in the last couple seasons, we've been in the top 3. And so our thing is like, we should have been there as number 1 seed this past season, not to look in the past, but always looking in the future. But our expectation is to be seeded number 1 this coming season in the regional tournament. So that's our goal.
Anything after that?
I'm surprised she didn't say it, but repeat and exceed, that's really what we try to do every season. And so just looking at our conference schedule, if we're able to have that baseline set where we left off in the previous season and just build on top of that, we are kind of setting ourselves up for a road to success. Obviously, it just depends on the player's outcome and how they perform and things like that. But for the most part, we set ourselves up so we can repeat and exceed every season and just keep on pushing for that national championship.
I love that. And I guess speaking a little bit more broadly, like just coaching is all about just teaching skills, life skills. So I'm curious, just kind of going back to your coaching styles for those who may be watching, like, hey, I may want to come to Augusta for volleyball. Like, what lessons, whether it's life lessons and skills, do you hope your players leave with after they've graduated?
You want to start this one?
Sure. I'd say one of the things that we're big on in practice is processing, and it can be very annoying. These kids have the skill, they have what it takes to play at the next level, but what separates you from those other players, and it's the ability to process, and that's not just on the court, it's off the court as well. We're very big on not necessarily figuring it out yourself, but instead of just giving you the answer, then you're like, well, how did we even get here? How do you get to that answer? So a week from now, 3 months from now, you can be like, oh, I remember where the coaches laid this out for us. And it's the same with off the court as well. Just simply like, hey, where's this classroom at? It's first day of class, how do I find it? Like, well, the first floor is 100 levels, so let's figure it out from there. Just trying to give them tools that they can utilize outside of us and not just, okay, well, they gave me the answer, but I don't know how we got there. So, just, yeah.
And just get them out of their comfort zone. I was just talking to my players who are going to be with you shortly, but we were just talking about putting them in positions that they're not used to playing and expose them to other positions that might be called upon, that they might have to step up and step in between points, that they need to kind of deliver when their name is called, their number is called. And so we train that in practice. So yeah, we might have a middle, but she's working on the outside, she's working on the right side, she's working the back row, she's defending, she's setting out of system balls. So nothing's going to be a surprise. We don't like surprises. We rather have everything open like Christmas Day in practice. So we know what we're working on and what we have going into a match. And so regardless of who stands across the net from us, it could be a blue and gold team of Lander, it could be a Flagler team out of St. Augustine, it does not matter. And so whatever they kind of throw at us, we can say, hey, hit on the right side at the moment because they have a smaller block and you can just go down the line with it. Or, hey, I just need to set this nice out-of-system high ball to the antenna and they can deliver. So we try to put our players in positions where they're uncomfortable in the practice, but by the time they walk out of practice, like they have a little more comfort, after they depart, which is an awesome thing to see.
So the new season is about to begin. Can you give us a little bit of a preview or insight of what Jack Nation can expect from y'all this season?
Oh, that's a secret. Well, each year is very different. Every team is very different. I think we're a little more dynamic in various other areas of our game this coming year with the diversity that we have brought in with our team along with our returners. So it's going to be exciting. It's going to be thrilling. It's something to kind of walk in the doors. It's worth coming to watch. And once, it's just like the Olympics. You're riding on the coattails of the women taking the silver and the men taking the bronze, and now you have Augusta Volleyball in-house. So, everyone should come out and venture out and see what we have to offer because it's worth the price of admission. Because we got some big players that like the sky. I got bangers that would just love to put a hole in the floor. And right now we're working on like the finer points of cut shots, off speeds, tips, rolls, just creating one more thing to their arsenal. And some people are just ready to unleash their arm swing, and I'm just like, we got time, just release, hold back a little bit. But when we get going, it's going to be crazy fun.
I'm excited to see it. And I guess just going back to recruitment real quick, if there was, someone out there looking to join the team, what would you guys say you're looking for in a potential player, and what does it take to, I guess, just meet the standards of being an AU volleyball player?
Well, the first thing is we say we are student athletes. So you got to have the academics, and there's not a degree program that we offer here that we say do not pursue. If you have an interest in nursing, respiratory therapy, radiation therapy, whatever it is, we say bring it on. We will work with your schedule. We will not say never, no to that because it's just one of those things like at the end of the day, we want you to graduate on time, but we also want you to walk out with a degree, but have, a great volleyball experience. And so if they can pursue what they want to pursue and not have the fear of like, okay, I'm going to miss this lab, that class or that test, but knowing that we have their back and that they can do what they need to do academically and they can do athletically, it's a win-win situation for all involved.
I love that.
I guess I'd add to that, don't sleep on Division II if I'm talking to some recruits, because I know a lot of the club coaches in high school, it looks good if you got a bunch of kids who went Division I, but we compete at a very high level here at Augusta. And as I say, don't sleep on Division II. Also, don't underestimate us in a sense of, oh, I'm just going to go Division II and kind of mosey on by. We get out here, we get after it. Again, just being able to be a flexible player, not a player who's just in a box. Be able to, if you're a pin attacker, be able to swing on both pins. If you're back row, don't be able to just defend in middle back or just left back. Be dynamic in that sense. And honestly, just that kind of self-persistence that I was speaking of, the players who want to be in the gym, the players who want to be in the weight room, those are the type of kids that we're looking for. So.
And last question before I let you guys go. As leaders, as coaches, I want to say it's just second nature for you guys to have to inspire your teams, but I'm also curious of, from your coaching experiences, like who inspired you guys or who continues to inspire you guys?
Funny thing is the players, because you can't be doing this for 30-some years, and it's just like as you're getting older, you know, that recruiting class, it's like they stay in this window of the 18 to 22-year-olds.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so when they come in, it's just like big-eyed, and it's just like, okay, coach, what are we doing? Let's get after it. And it's just like, wow, this is really awesome. And so when you see the level of play that they come in with, then you can start elevating and start pushing the envelope a little bit more each and every season. And so that's what makes it exciting, because you're not doing the exact same thing. So even our drills are changing, morphing, depending on like the returners that are coming back stronger, better, and even the new kids that are coming in-house. It's just like, okay, let's kind of elevate this drill. Let's make it a little more spicy. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, let's see what we can do at the end of the season. And then it's just like, okay, if we did this now, and like going back to repeating and exceeding, which is what we always say, it's just like, okay, what else can we do moving forward, and how else can we elevate the game? So, because everyone around us gets better. Everyone's recruiting like we are recruiting, but it's just like when you walk out the doors, it's like, okay, what do they have we're going to be up against, and what are we going to bring to the table? And we got to expect that we're going to get their very best every single time. And so that's how we kind of approach the game.
I'd say one of my inspirations, my college coach, Dear McClure, he loved him to death. He pushed me like no other, and you would think the way he pushed us, you'd be like, oh my God, glad to be out of this man's sight. But he was very big on relationships, and because we had those relationships with him, he was able to push us. And so that's what inspires me as a coach, to build the relationships with the players. So then if there's a day where it's just, all right, we gotta get crazy in here, they understand like, all right, this is coming from a place of love, rather than having that gap where it's like, well, I don't know, coach likes us and she's yelling at us and it's just a lot going on. But when you have that relationship, it really helps you be able to push those players past their comfort zone and things like that. So that's definitely kind of what I try to emulate when I'm out there, just so we can all be on the same page, whether it's a great day or whether we're having to kick it a little. Yeah, those relationships.
I gotcha. Well, thanks to you both for chatting with me, and for those watching, stay tuned because we have some of our players coming up next.
Hello, my name is Susan Davies, and I'm your Vice President for Enrollment and Student Affairs. I'm so delighted that I get to talk with you today about 4 to Finish. These are 4 aspects that we want you to incorporate into your life here at Augusta University in order to be successful. We feel like if you incorporate 4 to Finish, that you will be happier with your Augusta University experience and that you'll graduate on time. So what is 4 to Finish? Number 1, engage. We want you to engage both inside and outside of the classroom. Join a club or organization, speak with your faculty member after class, engage in undergraduate research. Number 2, we want you to make purposeful choices. Make purposeful choices about how you spend your time, about your major, and even about who you study with. Make purposeful choices. 3 is to develop your academic mindset. We want you to come into college and to be a student here at Augusta University with a growth mindset, with a mindset that allows for you to learn from others and to bounce back easily from mistakes. And number 4 is to follow your program pathway. This means following your curriculum in order to graduate on time, but it also means thinking about what you want to incorporate into your academic program to make it even more holistic for you. That might include an internship or student leadership. When you graduate from Augusta University, we want you to graduate with your degree in one hand and a career plan in the other. And 4 to finish will get you there.
Welcome back, you guys. Welcome, Sophia and Jacklyn, to In the Wild. We're really excited to talk to you guys because it's our first time having volleyball players, I think, on the show. So, thanks for being here and having us at Christenberry. I guess starting with you, Sophia, what has been some of your favorite memories on the team so far?
Oh man, I think just going to regionals for the first time, I think that was really special. It made it really feel like being part of something bigger, being able to make history, and I think that was a super cool experience. And just being able to experience that with all my teammates, it was a really special group. So that would definitely be my favorite memory from last year.
And Jacklyn, for you, you're still new to the team, but I guess how's it been so far? What has it been like to be a part of a new team?
Once I got here, they were really welcoming and friendly, so it made me feel more like at home, that they all wanted to be friends, and yeah, so I've liked it so far. The new team's great.
And I guess going back to making it to regionals, what was that like for you just as a player, but also like you said, making history, because that's really cool.
Yeah, it was super special. I mean, especially for my transfer experience. My previous school, our goal was, just place middle of the pack, maybe like top 6 in conference. So it was just really special to be able to be part of something bigger, and just being able to battle it out every game. Like, it was so exciting. And I mean, I feel like as a player, like, those are the games that you work for all season to get there. So it was just super fun. It just meant a lot to be part of something bigger. It was really special.
And I asked the coaches earlier to give one word of how they think the players would describe them. And so now I'm asking you guys, for each of your coaches, in one word, what would you describe their coaching style? Or how would you describe their coaching style?
Yeah.
Don't overthink it.
I have it's more than one word.
Okay.
I say keeps you on your toes.
Okay. Keeps you on your toes. Would you say that for both of them or for one in particular?
I would say Coach Quarles keeps you on your toes. Deja's funny. I love her. She is great support. It's so hard to think of one word.
Yeah, I can't think of just one word.
What words are you thinking of so far that you're kind of sifting through?
I mean, I'm still new, so I've only been here, 2 weeks now? So I've only been coached by them for 2 weeks, but yeah, definitely keeps you on your toes, and I don't know words to describe.
It's multiple, funny, pushes you, pushes you to be your best, just all that, a little goofy at times.
And we need that. You need those moments. But also going off of that, with volleyball, it requires to have a lot of discipline, teamwork, all that good stuff. So I'm curious, what are some of the ways you guys like to keep each other motivated so far?
I think we have something called our Jags Bible, and that's just our core values we want to focus on, just things in the locker room, things on practice we want to stay reminded of. I think for me personally, I like to bring up our end goal, because when you get in the grind of the season, things can get hard, and it's just reminding everyone hey, our goal is to get to the Elite Eight, let's push through, so just going back to our end goal, and I find that really motivating. We made it to the Sweet 16, and I know for the returners, we felt the Elite Eight right there, so just having that on our minds, getting to that point.
Anything to add to that?
We have like a motivational partner that we make sure to keep motivating throughout the season. So that's a big part.
Yeah, accountability is really big. Just making sure everyone's doing their part, helping pick each other up if we notice someone's like having a bit more of a struggling practice, I think we do a really good job with that.
I love that. And before we get to you guys trying to show me how to play volleyball, I'm curious so far to hear from you guys just what's the best part of being a student athlete, and I guess for you, Sophia, what's the best part of being a student athlete at AU? I'll let you go first with that one.
Oh man, I feel like being a student athlete is a really special experience. For me, it just makes me feel like more connected to the community, especially with our community service hours and things like that. Just being able to represent that, and I also feel like how it's grown me as a person too has been a super cool experience. Like, I'm a senior now, but I know when I graduate, like, I'm gonna leave with all the qualities I've gained from volleyball. So I think that's really cool, and it'll be forever with me.
I love that. And I guess for you, Jacklyn, just in general, what has been the best part of being a student athlete?
Honestly, being a student athlete is great. It's very challenging because it's way more than just being a student. So you got way more hours and stuff, but like I couldn't imagine not being an athlete in college because it takes up all of our time. And it's honestly, I love it. What else? I can't think of anything else.
Is there any, misconceptions that comes with being a student athlete that you like to debunk?
I think it's especially like, I think about even me being like a high school student athlete, like it's just like you don't know what it's like until you're here in that lifestyle, in that schedule. And I think there's just so much behind the background that you don't see. Like I feel like before I was playing college, you just see the gear, the competition, and things like that. But I feel like, there's a lot of sacrifice behind the scenes. There's a lot of work we put in, just showing up every day. So I feel like that's not seen, but you do see the results of that work. But yeah, just the dedication behind it all.
Yeah, I remember talking to one of our student athletes probably a while ago now, but you're like, yeah, we don't just have, to perform at our games or for you guys matches, we also have workouts and trainings and practices, and on top of staying on top of your coursework, so it's definitely like a full-time commitment.
Absolutely, like I compare it to a job, but it's a fun job. I choose this any day, but yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, thanks guys for chatting with me, and we're going to do some video magic real quick, you guys, and when you see us next, I'm going to learn from them on how to play volleyball. All right, y'all, we're back, and we are going to learn hitting, setting, and passing. And Sophia, I guess you're going to be up first.
Yeah, we're going to start with passing. Passing is one of the most important fundamentals of volleyball because it's what gets the rally started. So the first thing with passing is you want to keep your feet shoulder width apart in a nice athletic stance. You want to kind of bend your knees too so you're ready to move, ready to go past that ball. And then the next thing you want to do is with your what we call a platform is you want to have one hand in a fist and then hold that other hand. So that's your platform, and this is where you want to contact that ball. So next, are you ready to try a pass live?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's go for it.
Okay, so what you want to do is be ready, be in that stance. Don't have your hands together from the start because you want to be ready to move and then pass that ball. So get in that
Ready position.
ready position.
I'm gonna
Yes.
toss it.
Yes.
Oh, higher.
Yes.
Oh. Last
Good.
one. Oh.
That was really good. That was really good for the first
few.
time. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't embarrass myself as much as I did with golf. So if y'all want to watch that episode, feel free. But I think that went a lot better.
All right.
So next, you're gonna learn how to set.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't really know the fundamentals on setting. I just know you gotta put your hand in a triangle up here.
Yes.
Like you're holding a ball, kinda.
Okay.
And then you're gonna flick your wrist a little bit and bend with your knees and set the ball up.
Yeah.
Okay.
You think you got it?
We will see.
All right. A little bit.
A little
Use
bit.
your fingers a little bit.
Yeah, almost like slightly catch the ball and then
Use your-
release it.
Use these fingers.
Yeah.
These fingers?
Yeah. Almost. A little
Yes,
bit.
that one was good. That was good.
It's like he's blocking
Someone's
it.
gonna get a kill on that.
One more. Yay.
Yes. Those are really good. That was really good.
Okay.
Now
I'm
you
learning,
do
I'm learning.
hitting.
Oh man, hitting. All right.
This one's the hardest one.
Yeah, hitting, I would say is the hardest one. It's my favorite one.
Okay.
So with hitting, we like to do something called bow and arrow. So you're a lefty.
I
So
am.
mirror this with the opposite hands.
Okay.
Okay, so you take your non-dominant hand and you want to like point it, you're like pointing at the ball, you're like aiming almost, you know, where the ball would be.
Okay.
And then you take the hand you're gonna hit with, you pull it back like a bow and arrow, elbow back, and then what you do is you rotate with your elbow forward and snap on top. And that's how you
And then swing all the way.
swing all the way.
Okay.
But it's a little, don't hit very hard. 'Cause
Well, now I'm self-conscious because you mentioned me being left-handed. So could y'all try it? And so I could kind of, I guess, visualize it first.
Okay.
And then I'll try
you
it.
Yeah.
can hit it to me
Oh man.
in the camera. And
All
I'll do
right.
this.
So you got to focus on a high toss too. The toss is super important.
Okay.
All right, ready?
It's an easy hit. Without
Here.
hitting the ceiling fan.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
technology
pointing
was
at that
damaged.
ball and just snapping on top of it, following through.
Okay.
So you toss to
Yeah,
yourself. Like
toss yourself.
that. You can practice with the toss first. You got to get a good toss. Like this.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm not, but
Practice
I'm
your
gonna try it anyway.
toss. Like this. Toss in front of your other arm, I guess.
Yeah,
Toss
and-
to your left hand. Straight
Yeah,
up
that's
toss.
a good height. That's
Straight
a good height.
up. Straight up. Yep.
Yeah.
And then you're going to step and hit it.
Step
with
forward,
your right.
turn
Step
into
with your
it.
right foot. Since you're a lefty, you step with your right and hit with your left.
Yeah.
Is that kind of like,
That looked like a serve. A serve is where you go and you hit straight into it.
okay.
With
But when
hitting-
we're hitting, we have a
yeah.
whole approach to it. So
Yeah.
this is more of just a down ball hit. So you're just going to toss it and step with your right. Toss it and step with your right. So don't step with your right until it's tossed in the air.
Until it's tossed in the air.
Yep.
I'm not the most coordinated person, so. Well,
Hitting's the hardest.
I'll just be ready to
Hitting's the
catch
hardest
it
thing
so
to
it doesn't
learn,
hit
so,
anything.
yeah.
I appreciate it. So, toss, step
And
with
then-
my
yeah.
right, and then
Yes.
just hit it to you?
We'll try to catch it.
Or,
Yeah, just
Just
follow
hit.
through where you want to hit it to.
all right.
I like to think like I want my middle finger to point where I want it to go.
Okay. We're going to try not to break anything before we're in this dance studio.
Oh, higher
Yes.
toss, but good job. Toss it high.
You said higher? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, nice high toss.
Oh, higher.
Higher, yeah.
Toss it above
Like
your
higher
head
than you think, yeah.
Higher than I
to
think?
meet your hand. Yep.
Yeah. That
Good
was
job.
good. That was good.
Higher. Like to meet your hand up here. Don't bend your arm. You
Don't
want to
bend
meet
it?
it. Meet
Okay.
it at the top. Yeah.
Yes.
That was good.
Now try to snap your wrist a bit more on it.
When you make contact.
Yeah.
All these instructions.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was good.
Ooh.
Yep. Last one. Make it a good one.
Yes, that would have been a kill.
And that is all.
Well, thank you guys for teaching me. And I don't think I asked y'all earlier, how long have you been playing volleyball?
Competitively since 5th grade, but I've been I've had my hands on a volleyball since I was probably about 5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How about you,
I'm
Sophia?
doing the math.
They do high school camps for little kids, and I was always put in those when I was a little kid.
I've been playing since 8th grade. I played a lot of other sports before it, so I think about like 8 years now. Yeah.
Well, thanks to you guys again. And before I let you guys go, do you want to tell all of our Jag Nation fans of why they should come out and support you guys this season?
Because it's going to be a record year, and y'all should witness it.
Yeah, volleyball is a fun sport.
It is.
It's so fun, and we're gonna be nice this year, so it's gonna be a
Fun to
good
watch.
time.
It's gonna be fun to watch, and y'all should be there. When's the home opener? September.
Coming to you in September,
We don't
you
know.
guys.
September 17th is our home opener.
Yes.
Y'all should be there.
All right, well, thanks again, y'all.
Yep, thank you.
All right, y'all, I hope you enjoyed that episode. I certainly did, and I think I'm gonna rest my arms from all of the practice rounds. But thanks again to our volleyball team for having us here. I had such a great time learning from you guys, and I hope y'all watching are gonna support the Jags this season with volleyball. They are back in September. Come out to Christenberry. Come check out all the cool things that are happening here with the construction. So pardon our progress with that. But like, subscribe, do all the things to let me know that you enjoyed this episode. And until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Go Jags!